guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday for everybody out there having some tacos. I did not have tacos today, but I do normally. And so let me just say, as we're going into this, that you guys are going to be hearing this freaking beeping throughout tonight because we've got a issue with the smoke detectors. Yeah, until I get it fixed. Yeah. They all have batteries in them. They're all working. No issues with that. It's just a beeping. Right. But anyway, happy Tuesday, y'all. So let me see. Come on, camera. I know I'm not going to be on here that long, though, but I will come on camera. Hey, guys, for the replay crew. Hey, Queen. So, I just rebraided my hair. So this is this way I normally have it. The way that I had it before, I liked it, but it was way curlier than my own hair. So I am drinking, actually I'm drinking some Coca-Cola tonight. I didn't have time to make some lemonade. Got the lemons, but didn't have time to do it. So we're drinking a little Coca-Cola right now. But anyway, there's been a lot going on in the world. There's been a lot going on YouTube. I think it's a couple of people's birthdays today. I believe it is Pizarro's birthday. And then I think it's like one of the mods on Just Kimmy's birthday. Yeah, so happy birthday to Ron P. He's D9, I believe. And happy birthday to Pizarro. Yeah. Over there in the beef sector. And rest in power It has been a little over a year since Brother Darren Marion left this realm and went to the higher realm. And Brother Darren was a member of Omega Psi Phi, the unofficial brothers of Delta Sigma Theta. And I will say that I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sucking and now chewing a mint. I've had some pleasant experiences with brothers from Omega Psi Phi from other parts of the country. First was a brother named Brother Booker. And he came to California to work on his PhD. And he was helping out Lambda chapter, which is the citywide chapter of Omega Psi Phi in the Los Angeles area. And he brought Step Into Music to the West Coast in the 80s. Shouts out to Brother Booker. He brought it. There is, I'm sure it's probably, I don't think it's on the internet because I don't think anybody put it on the internet, but there is probably a VHS tape of that UCLA Greek show where Lambda chapter of Omega Psi Phi and Upsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta brought music to Steppin' on the West Coast. And he also brought the type of Steppin' to sororities that y'all see all over the place. Now, it came from, the East Coast and the South, and it made its way to the West Coast. And then once it made it to the West Coast, now you see people who are palm colored step into the appropriation of it all. But anyway, back in the day, when we were the only ones doing the stepping, we, along with Lambda chapter, brought music to stepping. They came out on Atomic Dog, of course, and we came out on Janet Jackson, Nasty. And we were stepping in heels, y'all. Hey, Angel. We were stepping in heels. Yeah. That was the first and the only time that I stepped in heels. After that, there was no more stepping in heels. But that was fun back in the 80s. And then I did it again in the 90s in graduate chapter. Had them stepping, had these older ladies stepping at the Far West Regional. They're Pasadena alumni. Yeah, won the stepping contest back in the 90s when it was, where was it? When it was in Anaheim. Yeah, when it was in Anaheim. That's the one. Those are some of my memories, as I'm edging towards being a Delta Deer. Next year, I will have been a Delta for 40 years. This month,
on November the 29th, I will be 39 years. $39. Yeah, because I was 19. Was I 19 or 20? I was 20. I was 20 when I pledged. I was 20 years old. Most of my sons were a year younger than me because there was only 3 of us who were juniors. The rest of my sons were sophomores. Yeah, 3 of us were juniors. But yeah, on the 29th of November, I will be 39. Will be my 39th Deltaversary. And I believe this month is like the centennial for Sigma Gamma Rho, the baby. Yeah. Don't they have poodles? Isn't that like their mascot or something? Something like that. I don't know. My cousin is a Sigma Gamma Rho. I think that's what it is. But I know that this is their centennial month. Because every person that I know that is a Sigma Gamma Rho has plastered it on their Facebook page. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. But yeah, it'll be 39 years in a couple of weeks. Gosh. And it's actually time for me to get my behind active again. The panorama just kind of threw that whole thing off. But my sons gave me all the information. And all I have to do is reach out to her to see if that information is still the same. And I'm going to at least become financial. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to go to any meetings, but I'm going to become financial. I'm going to become financial because, let me just say this. Delta knows where I am. They know my email address and they reach out to me on a regular basis. But yeah, I think I'm going to become financial and I'm going to join a different chapter than I was in before because several of my sons are in this chapter and I kind of live in the vicinity of this other chapter, So I think I'm going to probably join the Inglewood Alumni chapter. I used to be in Pasadena. I didn't even live in Pasadena when I was there. But all of this came out of me talking about Brother Darren. Because, y'all, let me just say, those who see me on here know I rarely talk about being a Delta. It don't even come up. Hardly at all. Unless I'm around other Greeks online. But other than that, yeah, I don't talk about it that much. Probably because it really ain't got much to do with me being online. Yeah, it doesn't. So, yeah, that part. But I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. Incorrect. Yes. And on my Deltaversary, if I come on, I'll be paraphernalia P for you guys that day. I'll pull out some of my stuff. I still have my crossing shirt too. I have all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, y'all don't see much, and you can't see, but they're here. If I changed like the lighting in here or my background, the blurred background, I actually have my a couple of my thingies, my paraphernalia is in here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show y'all a couple of things. Let's see what we have. have this. And this paddle has never been used. Okay? This paddle has not been used. It was never used on pyramids. But a line. Their real names on here, so we cover those off. Couple those up. But as you can see, I've always been DC. I've always been DC. I've always been DC. On and offline. It's truly my nickname. I didn't invent it just for YouTube. But you know, thankfully for me, when I decided to start a channel, I started it under the one that had my nickname. And then I have this. And this is something I got in a Delta box. Nice little, this goes on my, it's up on my bookcase. So these are a couple of my things from Delta. Okay, let me put this up. Yeah, I had to cover their names up, you know. Yeah, it's their names are on there. I had to cover that up for a minute. I've always been DC. I've always been DC. And when I write, I write as DC, and then of course there's a last name. Yeah. But the last name is not my last name. My legal last name either. So. It'll be it's a pen name. You know, DC and the last name that I've chosen to use. Yep. You know. Hold on, let me get this thing. My thingy is way behind us. Okay, there we go. Fix that. So all of that came out of me talking about Brother Darren. Yeah, Brother Darren would be proud. You know, he was proud of being a member of Omega Psi Phi. And the wild thing is that I think that his father is a Kappa. I don't think that he's a legacy. I think his father is in a whole nother fraternity. But I know his father is Greek. Mm-hmm. And I know that his widow is a soror. I know that. I know that his wife is a soror. They'd been together since college. Yeah, she was supposed to be writing a book, and I had reached out to her, you know, through the number that he had. I don't know if Uppity stays in contact with his wife. I might reach out to her and ask her, because I really do hope that they are okay and everything. I know an actor friend of mine here, who was working on a project that we were working with Darren before he passed on building a website for someone, and that particular young lady found out that they were related. Because she was from Indiana. She was from Indianapolis. And they're related. Like his cousin is married to her cousin. And she was in high school with his like older brother or something like that. Yeah. But I do hope that I really pray that everything is okay with his family. Because Brother Darren is the prime example of a man who has gotten everything together. But the one thing that he didn't do was he didn't set up stuff like in a trust or something. So that man was a millionaire, but it took some time for his family to get to his money. I don't even know. I hope he had a will, but I'm not sure if he did. So, but I know by this point, they've gotten that money, but yeah, that is, like one of the reasons why I'm getting my insurance license, you guys, and why I, not that I'm going to be like reaching out to everyone on YouTube, but how I'm going to be telling people about things in regards to this is because so many of us do not have life insurance policy. We do not insure our lives for our loved ones. So if something happens to us, they have the life insurance to replace our income. So many of us. And I'm not talking about the palm-colored people. I'm talking about people that look like me. Or if they do have a life insurance policy, they don't have the right kind of insurance that there's an immediate payout. Now, the one thing that I will say is that because my mother worked for the federal government and was a retiree from the federal government, all her stuff was handled immediately. We didn't have to come up with nothing. And the money was here fast to take care of it. Because, my mom had decided that she wasn't going to use the plots that we have. We still have plots back home. I still have plots that we probably need to sell. Because I don't know if any of us are going to go back to live in the DC area, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to not have that beeping by the next time because it sounds so ghetto. And it's not like there are batteries in all of them. There is a issue going on from last week. It sounds ghetto. It sounds like I don't have batteries in my fire alarm. And there are 6 of them in here, and I promise you, all of them have batteries in them. But one of them is malfunctioning. And because it's malfunctioning, all the rest of them are beeping. Yeah. So it's on my list of things that they gotta fix. It's on the list. That's what you guys are saying. So there's been a lot going on in the world. I dropped on my community tab last week a video of Kanye West. Well, Ye, because let me say what he legally changed his name to Ye, so we're gonna call him Ye. And I don't think the man is crazy or any of that stuff. I think that he's speaking his truth. And I don't think that he cares about that money that he lost figuratively, money that they were supposed to pay him. I think he's on a mission. I know people think that, maybe he does have some issues going on, but I don't think that that's what's going on. If you listen to that video, he said some things in that. He said some things like his mother was a sacrifice. I think that his handlers can't handle him anymore. And that he's doing what he wants to do. But see, here's the thing. There's only been two black men in the music industry that beat the music industry at their own game. And neither one of them are here anymore. One of them is Michael Jackson, who went out of this world warning folk. The second person was Prince, who changed his freaking name legally so that he could continue to record and make money until his contract ended with the record company. And people didn't understand what he was doing when he did it, because no one else had thought about doing that, because his name was Prince and he couldn't record as under his own name. So he changed his name legally and continued to record. Now, Ye is, I feel like, putting himself out there to be a martyr in some ways. And I don't know if he's thinking that a lot of people, melanated people, are going to be listening to what he thinks. Most of us have written you off, dude. Most of us have written you off. But, we know how that family works that you married into, so, sir. And then with Kyrie Irving, did y'all see that suddenly he don't have to do nothing? After that long list and everything of stuff that they wanted him to do, that he wasn't going to do. Now, I have not seen the movie that he watched yet. Still on Amazon. If you are an Amazon Prime member, it's available to purchase or to rent. Not purchasing it. Might rent it. But they want a whole bunch of money for this freaking movie. The movie is called Hebrews Negroes. So, because I want to keep this as a monetized video. Hey, watermelon sugar. I'm going to preface everything that I say. So the movie talks about a portion of the Hebrews. Now we know, or we should know, if you know the history in the Bible of the Israelites, that there were 12 tribes, and they scattered multiple ways, and a lot of them scattered into the continent. And I'm going to say, outside of the Ethiopians, everyone else's history was lost. So it's plausible that there are people who are unaware of the fact that they are descendants of the tribes. But I believe what the movie alludes to many of the things that we hear from the Hebrew Israelites. And I've always said that the Hebrew Israelites have a portion of the truth, but they don't have the entire truth. I will agree that European Christianity westernized Yeshua and made Yeshua in their image instead of his true image. And that would be the Yeshua that, was then shoved back into the continent. And that is what was given to the slaves. But if you read the Bible and you read about the tribes, you will see that some of that is reminiscent of the experience of those of us in the diaspora. Now, am I saying that everyone in the diaspora? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that there is a very large possibility that some of those in the diaspora, because see, there's multiple, Noah had 3 sons, and you had Shem, you had Ham, the other one was with a J. Can't remember it right now. But anyway, yeah. If you push through there and you look at everything, Ashkenazi is not the only trait that's from a specific portion of the 12 tribes. Not all of them. because 12 tribes, 12 brothers, and isn't it interesting that the majority are all saying Benjamin, what about Reuben, Judah, Joseph, do I need to name all 12? I'm just saying, where are those people? Where are those people? Where are their descendants? And so I'm pretty sure that part of that is in this movie. And it's interesting. I'm gonna have to watch it and give some of my own opinion. But you guys have heard me on many times, in the past, say that, everyone that is from the tribes that probably the majority look like us. Because at that time, the people in Africa all looked shades of brown. Yeah, that olive skin and all of that stuff. Yeah, those people were still in caves in Europe, on the other side of the Mediterranean. That part. Yeah, the Israelites had not scattered to the ends of the earth yet. They were all down there in that area. And the natives during that time looked like us. It is what it is. It is what it is. People can say differently, but that part is the truth. And even those who are in the state of Israel will tell you that there are many lost that are descendants of the 12 tribes. And they themselves know that some of those people can be scattered everywhere and could be only a portion of the 12 tribes are the people that, quote unquote, became these actuarians, and were involved in that god-awful nightmare in Germany. We know it really happened, but it didn't happen to everyone who was descendants from that. That was a portion, a specific portion. Many who carry the Ashkenazi. But it's very interesting that the owner, the person who, I guess had a lot to say, is suddenly saying he doesn't believe that Kyrie, has a disdain or is anti. He doesn't think that. And here's the thing. Why when people of color are trying to find out where we came from, and for some it leads to the ancient Hebrews, how that should not be perceived as anti anything. It should be perceived as people wanted to know where they come from. We want to know where we came from. We want to know where we came from, before my family was in the Caribbean, before my family was in Cuba, before my family was here. Speaking of which, I've been telling you guys that I was going to be doing that ancestry. It just went on sale, so I'm going to call my dad, and we're going to order them this weekend. Me and him, because I need. Well, my sister's not going to do it. She don't trust those things. My brother, I can't depend on him to do it. He's the one who really needs to do it, because he's the male and, the ex, but I'm going to get my dad to do it while he's still here, because his family is so freaking secretive, and we need to know who the heck we are. Yeah. Come on in here and say hi. Here he comes, y'all. Here he comes. Say hi. Uh-huh. Let me move over so you can say hi. Move over. No, just stand up. They can see you. They can see you. Okay. This way. Say hi. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you. Yeah, I had to move him out of the way, let him say hi for now. We're gonna do the ancestry. I think we're gonna do the ancestry one. That's what we're gonna do this year. And then I might do one of the other ones later on, like that one that's like the African one, But yeah, I want to know. And and then here's the thing. We always have to wonder, for us, are they going to give us the real information? Can we trust that we're going to get the right information? That they're going to tell us who we are? Are they going to tell us, I know one thing. The majority of my DNA better be coming from the continent, from the motherland. You know what I'm saying? It better be coming majority from the motherland. From the motherland, it better be coming from there. Now, quote unquote, on both sides of my family, quote unquote, we have supposedly some indigenous in us. Both of my parents supposedly could prove that they were enough in order to have gone to college for free, but they both had scholarships, so they needed it. Which would make us like 1/16 or something like that. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out about the indigenous. And I always say that because maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'm not gonna disbelieve them if they could record it. Maybe there's a trace still in me. But I'm really, I already kind of know what the European is. I kind of know that France is going to jump out. I kind of already know that Ireland is going to jump out. And then I guess we'll figure out if the Latin part of us has any Spanish from Spain, or if it's just just Spanish speaking Black people that didn't intermix in Cuba. Who knows? But I have no idea, what part of Africa. I mean, for most of us, we will supposedly have quote unquote West African in us, because that's the part of Africa, so maybe we'll have some Nigerian, maybe we'll have some Kenyan in us. Who knows? But I'm gonna find out something, because I think for us, and I'm going to say more so for those of us who are descendants of slaves in the United States. For us, I think us not knowing is probably the biggest scar, the biggest trauma that is generationally pulled through our DNA. That trauma of not knowing. I mean, like I was watching, because y'all know I like this show. What is it called? In Your Roots. So Questlove was on there, and he found out that he is a descendant from the last ship, from the Catilda. The one, the ship that they just freaking found. They finally found the freaking ship down there in Alabama. Like that would like mess me up if I found that out, because my family on my dad's side is from that same part of Alabama, and that's the same, branch of family that has the, Cuban secret going on. Yeah. That would just mess me up. But he can, they were able to find, all the way back to his African ancestor. Anyway, so I'm going to have fun doing that stuff. I'm debating as to whether I'm going to share that stuff on my YouTube, but I think that I will because I think that I will because I think it'll be interesting, to know, where the wavy hair in my family comes from, where, because I've got cousins who have like blonde hair and blue eyes, 100% black. My dad's side, got all that going on there, over there. So it'll be interesting just to see, because I want to know his dad's family, but I also want to know his mom's family too. Because my grandmother, her family was Creole, so I want to know what's going on with them. When she married my grandfather, she was darkening. It's like both of my grandmothers darkened up the families with my grandfathers. It's crazy. It's just crazy how the this is going out. Okay, now. Hey, Sarah. Well, I mean, people are getting, that's what I'm saying. People are they're getting better at it though now, and I think the reason why they're getting more accurate with it is because more people on the continent are putting their DNA in. Because there's more DNA from the continent in there. But all I know is that when I do this DNA, I want to know. I want to know, at least from one of my parents. My mom is gone, but we did a lot of tracing. I mean, we traced back on part of my mom's family was never slaves. At least not in this country. So, we did that. That's how I know I have Caribbean. My great-grandmother, my mother's father's mother, was from the Caribbean. And she spoke French like they speak in France. Not that gitchy French that they speak down in New Orleans. But she was as dark. She was like really, 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 really like a really, really chocolate, dark chocolate. And she had black, straight hair that was all the way down her back. And then she had like light brown eyes. And she was really dark. Never met her. But I definitely would like to know, just get all that stuff. I mean, I'm not afraid to know. I would be very disappointed if there was more charm in me than this in me. I don't see how it could be. But I would be very disappointed if most of my DNA does not come from the continent. I would be very disappointed. just would. And then somebody's lied to me. If, somebody been lying in our family if it doesn't mostly come from there, But the crazy thing is that most of us can figure out the European part of us, but we can't figure out the African part of us. We can figure out that by, just kind of, figuring out like freaking surnames. Yeah. See, like my surname I grew up with was Irish. But somebody Irish actually was in my family on both sides. My mom's surname was Irish. My dad's surname, both of their last names were Irish. And I know for a fact that I had a whole bunch of cousins that are palm colored on my mom's side. Because they just kept going until they were completely discolored. But they're well aware that they have cousins that look like this. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we've got, it's like, most of the Irish that I know is in my family didn't come through enslavement. But I know that's not the only thing that's in my family. What about the French part? Down in Louisiana. What about that part? That part, yeah, I'm kind of sure because my grandmother was born on a plantation. My mother's mother was born on a plantation in Louisiana. So I'm kind of sure, yeah, that the French part, yeah, that part. So, and that's the only European that I know that's in my family. Irish, and I'm sure with the Irish there's some English in there, because same island. So I would be highly shocked if I saw anything else. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Iberian Peninsula, because that would, go along with the Cuban, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But if I would, anything that was in Northern Europe, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if some indigenous was in there, because they swear, supposedly if they can document it on both sides. So I knew I didn't have enough in me to go figuring out if it could be documented. So, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that, but I would be surprised if I saw a whole lot of European other than them couple I just named. I would just be highly shocked. Yeah, when you release your DNA to them, they do what you need them to do, but they may have extra samples, and those extra samples could be for something else. I ain't never done nothing, and in my immediately branches of the family, we not into the shady stuff, so it wouldn't help them for anything like that. The only thing it can help is that I don't carry things like I don't carry the sickle cell trait, and but I don't know if you can tell that from swabbing. You know what I mean? I don't know if swabbing is going to tell you my blood type, tell you that I have no RH in my blood. So, but from swab they can get genetics. They can get a lot of stuff out of the mitochondria. Hey, Poetic Kill. It's on sale. And with Ancestry, we're going to do the Ancestry.com one. And then maybe later on, I may go back and do the African one. But I know the Ancestry.com one does the paternal. I can do the paternal, and it's got to be, a closely related, like either me, my brother, or me and my dad. Obviously, my dad. Obviously, my dad. Yeah, so, and if we could talk my brother into doing it, it would be good if my brother did it, because I know that myself, my sister, my brother, if we all did our DNA, we're all going to come out differently, because we all got different stuff from our two parents. Even though we have the same parents, how it got, what we got from them is going to be different percentages. So we'll see how it goes, y'all. I'm excited about doing it. I'm excited about it. I've put this off for a very long time, but I know that if I don't do it, none of my siblings are going to do it. And the other reason I'm going to do it is because my brother is like the last male in our line, that has my dad, that last name. So, because he didn't have a boy, he had a daughter. My sister and I had the boys. See how that worked? And he ain't having no more kids. He ain't having more kids. He has one. She's a teenager. Yeah. Speaking of, I had to call my niece. Yeah, maybe I can keep her from becoming. Never mind. Her mother's an AKA. I'll just say that. Her mother's an AKA. So that's probably what's going to happen to her. Yeah, I mean, they can get a lot from the cottons, from the swabbing and everything. I mean, I'm not afraid. I know this is my dad, so that's why I'm doing it with him. The DNA ain't gonna come back and say we're not related. That part I know for sure. That part I know for sure. But I think some of my cousins have done some stuff on my mom's side. A couple of them have done the DNA, but I only had 2 first cousins on my dad's side, 2. and only one of them is still living. My male cousin is deceased. So, like I said, my brother is the last male with my maiden last name in our line. So, yeah, we need to find out where we come from, so that the descendants going forward who will no longer have this last name will know. And they'll know why like me, my brother and sister, like, and my dad and his brother had Spanish freaking names. Why? And why, like, part of our family speaks fluent Spanish, I know, we as melanated Americans are I don't know, I think some of us are afraid to find out our history, or find out, or don't trust that we'll get accurate information. That's really what it is. We don't trust that they're going to give us accurate information. That, and I mean, things like Tuskegee are our reason. We don't have a good trust for the medical establishment as a whole. I can say that honestly, and my dad's a doctor, but most of my doctors, my entire life, were doctors who were people of color, and my dad knew them. Yeah, so we don't really, we're not very trusting of them. We're not, we don't have the confidence. But if my dad does it with me, then I'm gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna do it together, and we're gonna find out. And again, like I said, I'm probably going to take another test after with a different company to see how the results, to see if they're the same, because y'all, I did the AI ethnicity check on TikTok. The first time I did it, and couldn't figure anything out. This time I did it, it thinks I'm Belgian and Jordanian. But it thinks that I'm majority Belgian. Does this look like Belgian? Am I giving off Belgian to y'all? And I don't think I'm giving off Jordanian either. This nose is not Jordanian, nor is it Belgian. This is an African nose. Now, it may not necessarily be your typical sub-Saharan African nose, but nonetheless, this ain't Belgian. I'm not Belgian. Artificial intelligence does not know how to figure out ethnic faces. It's not good at it at all. Does it? And part of the reason is because when they do their sampling, they don't sample our faces. Our faces are not in their samplings. So, they're not going to do this, right? Let me see. There's something else I wanted to talk about. I can't remember it. Oh. University of Virginia. This happens, I believe, 2 days ago, where 3 football players were unalived by a former football player for the University of Virginia. He just into a crowd. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. And yes, these are all people of color. All people of color. 3 young men of color were taken out by another young man of color. I mean, we don't need them to help us. We're taking ourselves out. And there's all kinds of stories going on in regards to this about, bullying and all kinds. Nobody knows. We don't know what's going on in this young man's head. I'm praying for the families of the 3 young men who were taken out. They're younger than my son. Younger than my son. I mean, I believe they were seniors. They were about to. This is the last year of college. What is it with this happening at schools in Virginia? Because the last time it was at Virginia Tech. This is so crazy, y'all. I hate to say that during that 2 years that we were, locked in, that might have perhaps saved lives. Because what the hell is going on? It's like the first thing people think about is picking up a freaking weapon. Because, we can't talk this out. Or we can't use our fists and fight this out if it's, a fighting situation. No, we got to pick up a weapon. And now 3 young men are unalived. We don't know yet. We're waiting to find out. We can't. All right, now let me talk a little bit about the YouTube stuff. Yes, let's talk about it for just a second before I get out of here. So now y'all know there's just so much. We got quote unquote mature people on here who are, we're gonna say they're mature in age. Mature in age, yeah. They're mature in age, but not really in action. And so you got people in my age group who are hanging out with people that are like 30s. Do we do that in real life too? Did I miss that? Now, I'm not saying I have friends that are in their 30s. I have friends who are in their 40s. Then I have friends who are in their 50s. But they're not all in the same, it's not, it's like you're in this clique with these younger people trying to, and then the next minute, all I'm hearing is all these old women that, doing this, doing that, and y'all talking about all these old women, all these older people, and I'm older, okay? I am. I don't have a problem with my age, as a matter of fact. Got my teeth in my mouth, ain't no falsies in here. I ain't on here begging y'all for nothing. You don't have to, whether I'm able to pay my rent, pay my bills, or whatever, I'm not bringing that shit to you. I'm not on here trying to hang out with the young people to be a cool person, to be one of the cool kids, because that's not why I'm here. And then y'all are just being disrespected. It's like, where did respecting the elders go away? I guess, the elders on YouTube are just not really, they don't act like elders in that a lot. I don't mean we got to be around here, dressing like little old ladies, like our mamas did when they was our age and stuff. I'm not saying all of that. Well, where's the decorum? What's up with at least that, with that much? That thing, this is driving me crazy. And a minute, I'm probably gonna unhook them all until they come and fix it, because I can't. It's driving me freaking crazy. But, and I mean, most of the people that I'm referring to are not even my age. Y'all are younger than me. Y'all are not, and y'all, most of y'all got grandkids, and I don't. But I'm not gonna get on. I'm certainly not on here competing with younger women. What for? Why? Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? Yeah, matter of fact, I watched some of y'all turn 50. Get to your 50s. Now y'all into your mid 50s, and I'm about to move on to the next decade. And this is just my opinion, but I got sense. We should be you know, acting as elders. I'm not talking about being judgy of what younger people are doing, but I mean acting as elders, and I don't know. Hopefully, you got some wisdom. I don't know, because what y'all doing, it's just ridiculous. And I'm sure most of y'all don't know that I'm in your age range. You know, I know. I know my profile picture and what I look like, because the picture and me look the same. Doesn't look like I'm almost 60 years old, but I am. And that's why I'm just looking at y'all like, what the F are y'all doing? Get it together. Because you sure won't. If y'all didn't do some of the stuff that y'all are doing on YouTube, might be some respect. I mean, yeah. I'm just shaking my head, y'all, because it's. I just be watching and just be wondering. I'm like, I just don't get it. Scamming and begging for money on here, and then acting like we the victim because we older. No. I can't do the drama, Sarah. I can't. I just be scratching my head when I'm watching people in my age range out here showing their natural asses on the platform. And then in the next breath, talking about, them being grown. But you acting like you 10. And you're trying to keep up with the 20 and 30-year-old. Stop it. Stop it. I can't do the drama. I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I do have some materials for you guys. I did most of the editing finally. So coming out this week. I haven't been motivated to upload my stuff because I've been watching all this mess. I'm just like, let me just go and put my stuff out there. Because, I'm finding out the people that I think are cool are not cool. They just messy, But you're older and you out here with the 20-somethings or the early 30-somethings. Yeah. I mean, what do we have in common? You're either, still are raising small ones, or don't have small ones, want to have small ones, and mine is grown. He ain't gone, but he grown. I'm not into the internet romance relationships and chasing tail on here because I'm grown. And it has nothing to do with the fact that, yeah, I do have a man offline in real life. But even if I didn't, I wouldn't be on here chasing Yeah. Wouldn't be doing none of that stuff. But I watch y'all doing all of this stuff, and then when it just blows up and y'all look like idiots, and people like, and they're like, these old people doing all of this stuff. Yeah, y'all doing too much. You're doing too much. Now, next year when I turn 60, maybe I'll get on here and show my ass for like 2 seconds for y'all. Yeah, I'm turning 60. Yeah. But you ain't gonna see me getting on here cussing everybody out on a daily basis. I ain't gonna be on here, getting up in the middle of online drama. Y'all doxing people, y'all find out where they live and everything. Y'all go find out if you might, y'all find out that I am who I say I am. And I'm not in the middle of no mess. And I don't have a police record. Yes. Yeah. But I'm not doing anything for anybody to want to go dox me, And I'm certainly not out here trying to dox anybody else. And I don't have behind the scenes conversations. For what? If I'm talking to somebody off of YouTube, I'm not talking about YouTube. We're talking about something completely different that has nothing to do with the platform. Yeah. But see, I got real life stuff going on. I'm over here busy fighting for my son to keep his Social Security at the amount that he's supposed to have it at. Dealing with these people. Okay? Trying to get him to be a self-sufficient adult. I'm not trying to teach him how to be a black man because that's his dad's responsibility. Yeah. Can't do that part. Not taking it on either. Have told his dad that's his responsibility. I don't care. He's grown, still your responsibility. I do what I can, though. I do what I can. Yeah, I do what I can. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. I should be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna schedule a show for tomorrow. And hopefully I will show up tomorrow. Hopefully I'll show up tomorrow live, But I got some, like I said, I have some external stuff going on that I'm having to deal with. And we're getting closer to the holidays. And my mother's birthday is at the end of this month. And yeah, so this time of the year, I kind of get, dealing with those kind of emotions, So hopefully I'll be on tomorrow. But I will be back on. If I'm not on tomorrow, I will be back on Friday. I will be back on Friday, but I need to come on just for a minute. Even if it's just for a minute. Because, yeah, I'm just like, I got all this stuff going on, and I'm not taking care of business with my content, and I need to get my freaking content up. So I'm working on the content to get out to you guys. I'm working on stuff that I want to do for my members. And I'll see you guys. Let me get on my daggone outro. At least the daggone thing is working. StreamYard is working right tonight. All right, you guys. So I will see you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Poetic Chaos. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Water Sugar. Watermelon Sugar. Let me see who else. Angel, everybody for coming through. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys the next time. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I am out of here. Let me get to my outro. I'll see you guys. Peace. Bye.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.